Hi everyone, my name is Amanda and welcome to my channel. In today's video, I'll be showing you all my pieces from the second week of Inktober, so days 8 to 14. This week was a lot tougher than last week for a few reasons, the main one being that not only did I have to do one piece each day, I had to draw one piece for each of the next 8 days while I'm traveling. As I'm recording this, I'm actually in Italy, and I didn't upload Sunday because of a flock of geese, but that's a longer story that I'll return to later. Anyway, this first piece was quite uninspired, and I'm not exactly proud of it. I think next year maybe I won't have a set theme, or I'll keep trying to match my ideas to it even though they don't really go together. But overall, I am really happy with how this Inktober is going, compared to last year where I maybe lasted about a week. I can really feel a difference in not only my skill level, but also my motivation and general enjoyment in creating something every day. I know many people simply don't have the time or energy, but ironically I have more free time after starting a full-time job, as opposed to going to school. When you're in school, there's always an assignment or some homework that you could be doing instead. But now I don't have that little voice in my head anymore, so I just think that has helped immensely. This piece for October 9th, I really love the concept for. One thing that I really noticed during this month is my lack of skill or experience with drawing anatomy. I cannot draw hands for the life of me, which is why I must have looked up at least 1 million references on Pinterest for this piece. And it really sucks because I love hands and the expression they can bring to a piece. So I'm quite proud of this one, not only because of the idea, but because it was way out of my comfort zone skill-wise. But yeah, almost every piece you'll see, including the human form, I have used a reference for. I know that it just takes practice, but it would just be amazing to do enough of it to be able to draw without references. So even though I said in my last video that the focus for this month was just uploading regularly, I think I'm going to include practicing anatomy as one of my goals. I know many people think that working from reference is like cheating or that it makes you a worse artist, but I think of it more of a way of making your pieces more accurate and closer to the image you have of it in your head. It's not like I copy the work of other artists, but often my own pieces are sort of a patchwork of references that I've made my own. For this third piece, I actually barely used my fine liner, which is very rare. I tried to work more with the different shades of black that I could achieve with watering down my India ink. And even though the finished piece isn't mind-blowing or anything, I think it's a good way to start practice working with shadows and values. I think that I subconsciously imagined that shadow monster from Stranger Things while planning this piece, because I'm just realizing now that it looks pretty similar. I started with wanting to do a creepy spin on a spider, not that spiders aren't gross enough already, but I couldn't decide on texture and position, so I ended up making it completely black like a shadow creature hiding in the woods. Something else that I've done a lot more this month has been sketching. I almost never sketch, which is really not good, but it's been super helpful in getting a clear view of what I want to draw each day. I'm definitely going to keep up that habit from now on because it just makes everything a lot easier. The fourth piece was loosely inspired by my October bullet journal spread, with the skull and all. I really liked that whole vibe, and I thought I could kind of build on top of that and create this dark magic witch with a skull for a head. Yeah, I haven't really thought about stories for a lot of these. Most of them are a little more surreal than my earlier ones. Speaking of my October bullet journal, I just want to express my gratitude to everyone who commented and watched that video. It's been super well received, and yeah, it just makes me really happy to see that people actually get some value out of my videos. I did most of this with a fine liner. I'm seriously a sucker for those details, and then I finished with more shading with my brush and ink, as well as a round background thing. It's almost like the opposite of a backlight, with darkness just radiating out from behind the subject. As usual, I will have all the products I use in the video linked in the description box down below. This fifth piece I like the concept for a lot as well. It's supposed to be a person who has this demon or monster thing living inside them, which just ends up tearing the outer shell into pieces in order to escape into the world. I started again with a fine liner for all the detailing, and then shaded the subject with the cross-hatching technique. Then I made some shadows on the ground beneath the creature as well as on the body, of course leaving the highlights white. After finishing the shading, I should probably just have left the piece like this, but because I stupidly wanted it to fit very literally with the theme, monsters in nature, I ended up kind of half-assing this forest ground, which is just kind of sad, to be honest. Anyway, back to the geese. The reason why I couldn't upload neither this video nor my Instagram posts on time was because my 9 o'clock flight on Friday from Zurich was delayed 2 hours because of a flock of geese. That meant that I missed my next flight and had to wait there for 4 hours to finally land in Florence at 6. Then to top off an already terrible day, the airline lost my luggage on the way, so I had to go 2 days without my stuff, including the cable for my hard drive with all my video and photos on it. But at least I got to go shopping with money from insurance, so it's not all bad. Anyway, this piece is called Unison, and I wanted to do a piece that was a little more beautiful, I guess, while still staying on topic. I imagine this creature as sort of an oracle type being. The very last piece of this week is one of my favorite ones so far. I don't know exactly what it means or if there's any meaning behind it at all, but I would love to hear any interpretations you might have or not have for any of these pieces this month. It's always so wonderful to hear from you guys and your thoughts about my videos or my work. In fact, if any of you guys have any questions that I could answer in the next Inktober video, feel free to write a comment on this video or on my Instagram. I see all of them and appreciate every single one. That said, I think it's about it for this video. I'm really not used to making videos this long, but I enjoy the opportunity to talk more in depth about things. And anyway, thank you so much for watching. I hope you are doing well and enjoying life, and I'll see you next week for the start of the second half of Inktober. Bye!